Welcome to ArtBase. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a find or a search in ArtBase or create a found set. Okay, I'm going to start us out in the inventory file, but it's important to remember that everything I'm going to show you in this file holds true for any file in ArtBase. So you can do searches in contacts file, forms, invoices, library, pretty much anywhere. Okay, so the easiest way to search in ArtBase is to just go up to this quick find field in the upper right hand corner and start typing. Once I've typed information into this field, it automatically starts searching for me. So you'll see on the left hand side it has now collected 3 found records that match my search request. This information is searching every field in the inventory. If I want to get back out of this found set, I can just hit the X here. Okay, so the quick find feature is very handy, it's very fast, but it's not particularly exact because it searches every field, including like the notes field. So if I wanted to come in and do a more exact search, I could click the find button and I could search in any combination of fields in my inventory file. So every search in ArtBase that you use this feature for has 3 elements to it. It's essentially you click the find button, you enter information, and then you hit enter on your keyboard. So let's try that. When you click the find button here, the background turns red, and now I can start entering information. If I search on this artist name, and then I can hit enter on my keyboard, and it finds those records. So I clicked find, I entered information, and I pressed enter on my keyboard. On the upper left hand corner you'll see it found 39 records. That is now my found set. Okay, so when we come back, let's do a little bit more detailed search than that. You can, for example, do an AND search or an OR search. An AND search is when you do combinations of fields. So for example, if I click find and I want to search all of my Lee Whittiers that are available. So that's Lee Whittier and available. Then I press enter on the keyboard and it finds those records. Once again, this is my found set. It found 22. Let's try an OR search. An OR search is when you want to find multiple values within the same field. So for example, if I wanted to find 2 different artists in the same field, so I can click find. That's how it always starts. I enter the first artist name. Then the new button, which is normally for making a new record, is now to make a new request. So if I click new, the field goes blank again, and I can search on a different artist name. I press enter on my keyboard, and it finds both of those artists you see here. This is my found set, 42. I come back to the inventory. I can do a combination of those ands and ors together. So for example, if I click the find button, I can find Avedons that are active, or I can find Lee Whittiers that are active. I press enter, and it found both active Avedons and active Whittiers. Okay, let's just say that you wanted to find all of my Avedons except for the ones that are in the gallery. So we know how to do AND or plus, but what about minus or subtraction? So what I would do is, again, I would start with my find button, find my Avedons, and this time I'm going to add a new request, but I'm going to omit, and I hit the omit button here, and then I can go into my location. I want to omit things that are from the gallery. Pressing enter on the keyboard does the search for me. Just found 3 records. 3 is my found set. Let's try that one more time. Let's find everything that is by Lee Whittier except for the sold things. I can click find, Lee Whittier, new, omit sold. That found 37 records. That's my found set. Okay, so that's basic searching. Let's do some symbols. Symbols in ArtBase allow you to search for certain kinds of things that aren't general text. So one good symbol that you can use is for finding ranges. So maybe you want to search in a date range or in a price range or a number range of some kind. So for example, if I wanted to find all of my records between 1950 and 1960, I could click the Find button, I could go into the date field, and I can search on that range. The range is represented by 3 dots, dot, dot, dot. When you're searching on a range, you can also leave it open-ended. So you can say, I want to find everything from 1950 on. Or I can find up to 1950 by leaving it open-ended on the other side. Let's look at that kind of range in a price field. So this will find between $1,000 and $2,000. You can also do ranges in this type of date field. So for example, this date is usually a year, but this is more exact. So when you're entering a date, you can enter it like this. You can use our little calendar area, but you can also come in here and do a search based on a range like this. In these kinds of date fields, you can enter things more simply. Like for example, if you just wanted to find everything after 2013, you can do that. You can find everything within 2013 just by entering that. And you can also do, let's just say for example, February of 2013 by entering it like this. Or if you wanted to find everything from February 12th of this year, if you leave the year off, it's going to search in this year. Okay, so other kinds of searches you can do in number fields are a greater than symbol. So everything that's greater than 1,000, you can search like that. You can use the less than symbol to search on less than $1,000. Okay, so once you've got your search, you hit the Enter key, and then you can see the found set is 2. You can come back to the inventory. So let's try what we've learned over in the contacts file on the right side here. So this is my contacts file. If I wanted to search in the contacts file, I can use all the same tools that I've just learned. So for example, I can search for a person, for example, in the quick find area. That found 3 records. I can flip from record to record to see the one I want. I can exit out to get out of that. I can use my basic find by clicking Find, entering information, and hitting Enter on the keyboard. It's important to know that when it finds only one record, it will keep you on this same screen. If it finds a list, for example, if I find everyone in New York, it will give me a list, and it will take me straight to the table view. Okay. So let's try my and my or searches in here. So let's just say I want to find everyone in New York who's a collector. So that is an and search, and it found 4 records. Let's try an or search. So for example, I want to find everyone in New York or Connecticut or Massachusetts. Searching in the state field. So it found some things. There's my found set of 9 records. Okay, so keep in mind that you can search in combinations of any field that you can see. So you can get very creative with those kinds of searches. For example, you could find, everyone in New York who's on the mailing list who bought something this year. Once you know where your information is located, you know that you can search on it. Back in the inventory, you can search in any of these tabs as well. So maybe you say, I want to find everything by this particular artist that is active, that is located in the gallery, but that's sold this year. Okay, so you can get very creative. If it doesn't find anything, it will give you this message here. And this gives you an opportunity to just cancel out of what you were doing, or you can modify your find. So if you look down and you say, oh, I typed that in wrong, you can hit Modify Find and go back and try again. Okay, so it found 7 records, and that's my found set. Let's talk about a few other codes that you can use in your searching. For example, you can use the equal symbol. Let's just say that you wanted to find some things in the company field that started with the letters ART. Now, if you just type in ART, it will find ArtBase, Art International, Art Basel. So maybe that's not a problem for you, but maybe you really just want to find things that that have the word art in them. Okay, in which case you can put an equal sign, and this will search on the word art. This will also still find Art International, but it won't find ArtBase, and ArtBase is one word. So it's only going to search on things that have the word art in them. If, let's just say, you only wanted to find things that had the company name called Art only, just Art, then you would put 2 equal signs, and this will only find things that only have the word Art in this field. It's an exact match. Let's say you just wanted to find anything that had any data whatsoever in this field. An asterisk means any data. Let's say you wanted to find blank fields. So anything that didn't have any information in the company field, you could use the equal sign for that. So equals by itself means equals nothing. And that would then search for things that were blank in that field. And finally, maybe you're looking for duplicates, in which case you could do a search for an exclamation point, and that would find duplicates in that field. Okay, so coming back to the inventory, we're just going to talk about a way that you can save your searches. So let's just say you come in and you get a lot of information in here. Maybe you're searching on Lee Whittier's that are available, that are in the gallery. And it takes you a long time to get this search together. And then you hit Enter, and you've got your records. Let's say you don't want to, you do this search all the time, and you don't want to have to do that every time. You can always go up to the Records menu at the top of the screen, and you can choose Saved Finds. You can choose Save Current Find, and it will save exactly what you just did. It's going to suggest a name, but you can put your own thing in there. Let's call things that are by Lee in the gallery, and that's how I want to search on it later. So if I hit Save, it saves those records for me, and anytime I want to do this search again, so let's just say I get into my total records, I want to do that search one more time, I can go to the Records menu, go to Saved Finds, and choose Lee Gallery. Okay, it's important to remember that it's not going to find these exact records again, it's just going to do the search again, so it may come up with different records next time. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the table view now. The table view is a nice way to get a group of records together. So let's just say I come into here and I type Lee, and I get my Lee Whittiers together. And I'm putting an exhibition together, so I want to create a found set based on some of the things in here. I can use the flagging system to essentially cherry pick my records. And then I can use this Find Flagged button here to establish my found set. It just pulls out the records that you selected. Once I've done that, I can then do different things with this group. So now I can go to my inventory menu and I can do lots of different things in here. Okay, so you can not only flag on this screen, but you can come back to this screen and flag here. Maybe it's more useful for you to be looking at your records in this form view. You can flag different records. Then you need to go back to the table view in order to find the flagged ones. Okay, that is searching or creating found sets in ArtBase.